Souls of Liberty Show, another episode. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Luckily, AI has not taken our jobs yet. And we are still here.
Yeah, I don't think AI can take my job. And if it can, then good. Maybe it'll change the world or something.
Yeah, I don't know. AI could kind of take your job, but not really. I think people overstate AI.
Yeah, human interaction is, you can't out-human humans. And that you might be more efficient at doing certain shit. And I guess maybe that goes to show how much we are working against our nature at this point, to where it's like,
yeah,
we need stuff to be robots because we can't do it. We weren't designed to be it, but we have been being it because robots are based and designed off of humans. You know
right,
so
right.
It's interesting, bro, for sure.
Yeah, no, I like AI. I'm into it, for sure. But yeah, welcome to another episode, y'all. You guys keep watching, and we keep talking.
Yeah, man. We appreciate everybody feedback. I didn't realize how important my voice was. I don't think until you get people that affirm it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
people who really, good people in the community. When they reach out and give you that confirmation, like, yeah, you doing your thing, that really mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
So I'm in a good space, man. Just had spring break.
Spring break. This is when we first met our first music, spring break mixtape.
Yeah, for sure.
So
spring break has always been a good time for us, and we still making music. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tefpo.
Yeah. Shout out to Tef.
Shout out to Black Spade. Shout out to shit. It's too many people to shout out.
Too many people to shout out right now,
but we definitely
in that mode.
We're making really good rap, and I'm interested to see what that means. You know what I'm saying? But collectively, we got a lot of good records.
I guess even that's something, just overall music today. I think people still think about music the way that they thought about it, for lack of better terms, I'd say at the beginning of the 2000s, the late 1900s, music and like media is just so different. And I think that's even something like last week we were talking about Trump. He didn't get arrested, but he had the AI picture come out and people were like, is this real? Is this fake? But it's just an example of like what we're all working against now. And like Twitter is getting rid of, they had the you could buy a subscription for them, but they're about to take away all the previous verified accounts that they had, which will take away verification from media outlets, which means like if you were a journalist and they verified you because you worked for your local NBC affiliate, now I could make a account pretending to be you and put news out and buy blue check. But what that does is just like, this was what Elon Musk wanted.
It's about money. And unfortunately, it's like fortunately and unfortunately, our country exists in the way it does. And it's like you kind of just gotta play the game. It's kind of crazy. But he taken away from the integrity of the community of why Twitter was the way it was in doing so, and he just don't give a fuck because he wants to pay.
There's not.
I don't see the incentive of getting a
Elon
blue check
Musk
now
and them is not. But I'm saying they're not even making no money off of it. It's like at this point, Twitter is being run poorly because Elon Musk don't know nothing about running a social media app.
Fired everybody,
and then it's like you take away all the credibility of the app.
Maybe that's what he wanted, though. I feel like he bought it on some.
That's exactly what he wanted, and now
I could ruin this shit.
He's a right-wing crazy billionaire.
And now it's fucking everybody's shit up because it was like, damn, this shit was actually tight.
And now Facebook gonna have to be like the more politically correct platform through Instagram, but it's just like
he attacked freedom of speech on the low.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody is like so into freedom of speech and all this other stuff, but they don't even know what it means. Like the freedom of speech is not the thing, but it's like the integrity of actual facts and news. And it's just like
journalism.
Donald Trump definitely just put that under attack for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because it just was like the whole idea of fake news. Like he brought up the idea of fake news and was making fake news. So it's like,
and he was, but it is some, but it's like that's what's crazy too. It do be a bit of truth to it. And like he didn't use it entirely. I'm not want to like justify what he's done, but media plays a large part in power and shit in that way. Like where things could be colored. to a certain degree.
Yeah,
It is some shit that
I guess I just took for granted, like you said, like Donald Trump is an example of people watching. I mean, we talk about it in rap. You watch an artist have chains on and you assume that they're rich. So you see a person on TV and you assume that they're knowledgeable or they know something, and people just took so much stuff at face value. And now we're just at a point to where it's just like, I mean, like I said, now with AI, we just gonna, like, that's AI, just the algorithm. It's just taking what you gonna like, what you know, and just continue to feed people not the same opinion, the same facts. And like, we're just gonna have a group of people that don't know the other side, the other argument. They're not even going to be invested in trying to figure out what's right or wrong. You're just going to only get what you already want. And that's dangerous.
This is the first time in our life too, I think, that with this period where people are doing overt things to get power again. Like whereas before, like for a while, it was in a state where it's like you had to be like, oh, a nice person of the time and present yourself a certain way and be political. And this is the first time where it's like he's being political, but he's not playing the political game. He's doing old politics where it's just like, just like I said, overt is the best word I could use. Where it's just like, well, these niggas stupid. I'm gonna utilize the peasantry that's stupid and get them to do some dumb shit, and boom, and it's really just show our country is not good. Like, not everybody want to blame Trump, but Trump just really just pulled the cover off the bed, and it's just like,
well, already was going on. So
whereas everybody else would never do that because they want to maintain the status quo of,
they were benefited from it.
Yeah,
it was just a part of their job.
And he just was like, well, I'm gonna disdain the shit and I'm finna win on y'all dumb ass. And now it's like, well, the shit fake now, and that's how people feel about the shit, because so low key is, I guess. So.
So I don't know, man. We living in crazy times, and this next election just built in with the new technology, the way social media is going. It's just about to be a crazy couple years, mixed in with the economic troubles of the times and all that other stuff. So
like, I was one of the people who did actually, I mean, you could be my witness that I did feel like Trump was gonna win last time. Yeah, but I felt like that was right,
I felt like that was pretty obvious that he was going to win.
But now it's like, I don't know what the fuck going on no more, for real. Like, and it's like, I'm not even, as a person that can vote and shit, it's just like, I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's so going stupid. Well, what's not. It's just stupid at this point.
Yeah, it's just like
living in America is just so stupid. We're just like in a bad Simpsons episode, and it's just like, or a good Simpsons episode for that matter. But it's just like, that's just our life now, and it's just weird. Side note, I didn't know. Did you know Michael Jackson tried to buy Marvel?
I heard about that on social.
I didn't know that
the other day.
He was trying to be Spider-Man.
Allegations magically popped up or whatever.
Jeez, Michael Jackson.
I mean, I'm not really. I watched the Oprah shit, but I don't get it. Maybe I just love Michael Jackson too much. I don't know.
No, I don't think Michael Jackson was raping no kids.
I don't either. I think he, like I said, he was a little naive.
I think he was a little weirdo nigga.
Yeah, he definitely was not. I don't be hanging out with
I think that he was just tight. He just was black though. I don't think he was a molester.
But they were able to leverage that into.
But yeah,
because he was like now. I mean, hopefully we can. The further we get away from his death, we can uncover more truth about Michael Jackson, because he is one of the few. I mean, he's arguably the greatest black person that ever lived. Arguably, like, you could really make a legit. He's in the conversation. Like, there's not too many descended of slave niggas from the hood that just like
turned up like he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, turned up.
And so, with that being said, it's like the things that the businessman that he was not really talked about at all. Like, he really was an astute businessman. He really was about to take over.
Bought them people publishing.
He was gonna be worth like $1 trillion damn near. Yeah. Like, if niggas think Kanye going crazy, like, he was going like over.
Yeah, he would have been like Jeff Bezos and them. He would have owned entertainment. Like, he just understood like the entertainment business to the point that he just would have legit
he had been in it his whole life.
Yeah,
and I just would have loved to watch him mature into a 65-year-old, 70-year-old man.
Yeah,
with his faculties and the ability to empower others. Like, what would he stand next to? What would he champion right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would he, because he had so much power, and we just clearly see that whenever black men get power, it's going to be somebody, some forces. It might be any man, but definitely a black man. It's going to be forces that are going to keep us from getting on that top stage. And I think that's, we always reference Kanye in here because I love Kanye. Mm-hmm. But either way it go, like, that's what Kanye be complaining about. And I always feel it's unfair for peasants, for lack of better terms, or sit regular niggas, I don't know, Black Twitter to make fun of him as much as we do. I get why they do, but it's like, he's telling us something that other people don't know. Like you're not up there.
I mean, I guess it's only relevant information. Like, ideally, I understand what Kanye's saying.
It's
like
some type of ceiling he will complain.
You would want everybody to care about this one thing, but like that is America. Like everybody's just going to work. So if
we all dealing with the shit.
Yeah, we're all dealing with the same thing. And I guess it's like the thing with Kanye, it's just like, I'm glad that he finally figured it out for himself. But like the information he was sharing, it was like not new information, but it was like you could tell it was new to him, or he just was like, I really gotta say this. But it just was like, if you had read or just conscious at any level, you understand American history. It's like, well, yeah, that's I appreciate. I'm glad you know.
That's not.
But he sacrificed.
That's not nobody for real though.
But that's what I'm saying.
About it, all these conscious niggas, we just wouldn't be where we at as people. Like
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a person like Hov, like
I appreciate
Jay-Z raps about it,
attempting it.
Jay-Z don't talk about it.
Hov move,
he raps about it.
But Hov be playing the game,
right? And that's what I'm saying.
And that's what you probably should do, because that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy reality where it's just like, yeah, niggas just playing chess out here, and you, whether you want to play or not, motherfucker gonna take your pieces. You know what I'm saying?
It's a game going on for sure.
Motherfuckers will take your pieces.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, I feel like overall, did you see the story about Jonathon Majors? Supposedly,
I mean,
within 24 hours,
shit,
it was like a girl came out, said that was his girlfriend, that he choked her in a car on their way back home from Brooklyn, from a bar in Brooklyn. And then within the same 24 hours, she basically recanted the whole story or whatever. And it's just like, damn, one, who trying to take Jonathon Majors out already? Bro just got on. But then it's like, two, I mean, I feel like that almost ruined his life. Like, she got to go to jail for some shit like that or something. Like, you just can't, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, how bad did the scandal get? Like, what?
I mean, she was basically saying
or just,
I mean, it literally just happened.
Dragged him all day.
I mean, it just happened like last night.
I'm just saying, did like women just drag the fuck out of him all day, or what happened?
I mean,
like, what did he lose?
I mean, he didn't lose nothing, but I mean,
it's just embarrassing.
I don't want nobody coming out was like, Tanel choked me in the back seat, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. I get that she tripping. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I
didn't really get to see that today, so I didn't see what the
he didn't lose anything per se, but it's just like,
okay.
I don't know what she gained by saying that lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, with you, it's like, you could be like, oh, he got to sue her or some shit, but it's like, she probably broke shit. That's some broke shit to do. So I would assume she just a fine bitch or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm like, damn, who trying to take Jonathon Majors out already? Like, what corporations? They trying to, is Fox trying to take him out?
She might have went through his phone or something. I don't know.
I mean, but even still, going through somebody's phone and lying and saying they got choked, it's like,
no, it's extreme. But like I said,
you can get mad and go through my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Be extreme. Like, how can I get back at you? How can I do certain? You know what I mean? I mean, that's petty as fuck. You know, to make up a story.
Right.
But niggas be petty as fuck. Like we said, talking about, niggas just bought Twitter just to fuck it up because he can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, at least he trying to do world domination. These motherfuckers not even, like you said, she not even probably was gonna get rich off that shit. It's just like, damn, man.
I guess he trying to. He's
definitely
giving it a go.
Shout out to Jay Majors, man. Like, you know, that's crazy. I'm glad that wasn't true. Everybody was like, damn, bro. You just was getting on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he been around for a minute, because I definitely recognize him.
I'm glad you ain't fumbled that bag. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think the Battlehawks won the other day. If you're interested.
I'm not. I don't know nothing about the Battlehawks at all.
Well, I just so happened to was at the Ballpark Village the other day watching the tournament and shit, and they was deep in that motherfucker. Niggas is really.
Oh, they are into it.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
They are super into it. I'm not that bored.
It's very interesting
to watch AJ McCarron. Like,
but yeah, I know this ain't a basketball podcast, but like, this has been just so happens to have been the craziest tournament ever.
Yeah, we say that every year. Now.
No. This year for real took the cake. Like,
I'm saying,
never been no time
a couple years ago,
not been no number one seeds to the Elite Eight. Like, hella niggas who lower seed, not hella niggas that's lower seed, but Miami a 5 seed. We got like 2 5 seeds, a 9 seed, and a
because college basketball is full of 6-year, 5-year seniors. It's not no freshmen. It's not less like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's all
changing.
over the place now, and it's just like, I mean, it's like everything else. Like, it's just so competitive, and it's like, if you're not willing to compete and take it to the next level, like the transfers and stuff like that, like the freshmen, like people holding out, like, it's different now. You know what I mean? That's why it's like The NBA got to figure out something so they can get the NBA guys out the way because they was messing up college basketball for real.
Who?
Just like all the dudes that went to college for 3 months and then left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that didn't help.
And that was the coaches. It helped. Some niggas got rich off of it. And that's the thing.
Yeah,
I guess
they got rich off of it.
The theme of what we're talking about is just like how capitalism, and I'm not anti-capitalism. I'm sure like that disclaimer, but like how capitalism just like changes everything because everybody. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit could just be more pure. Shit could be like more pure and like tighter, but it's like instead we just gonna like corporately stretch everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas could just, everybody could just eat some food, but it's like, nah, we gonna, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that negative, that root of evil, I guess, is just pervasive across everything in America. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why niggas steal the cars, the niggas why all that shit is like money is the real root to that shit. Cause it's like if that wasn't the case, it would just be equitable.
And I guess that's what we talk about. I mean, I'm personally under the guys that like Black Americans, we just have to a certain degree, accept our Americanness, even as far as like just our heritage. Mm-hmm. Like we aren't from anywhere else. We're from America. You know what I'm saying? We
were created here.
And so it's just like taking a hold of our heritage and our history so that we can start to reclaim, you know, like partly what reparations is supposed to do, but start to reclaim the things that we're owed. Because it's just like, if we can't even understand like who we are as people and accept, like you said, that this is what we are, this is our culture, this is what we do, then it's just like, it's going to be chaos, and it's just going to keep being chaos because it's just too hard to manage. It's too hard being Black. And I think that that's something that everybody don't
to where niggas just be opted
It's too hard. I'm not finna waste my life trying to overcome. I'm not finna do that shit. Because I only got one life. And I'm not finna overcome because I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, who knows what's gonna happen next because it's too much.
Tough,
it's too much.
You can't really. Like yesterday, I told you. Now we building. Yesterday, I told you I took the time. Shout out to what's my boy on Breakfast Club. You talking about journalist?
Roland Martin.
Roland Martin, and he was like, go back and listen to Martin Luther King last speech. You know what I'm saying? And we all love Martin Luther King, but it's like niggas don't really listen to Martin Luther King and really, as an adult. Mm-hmm. So I listened to bro. You know what I'm saying? God bless the dead. And a very strong and courageous man. And that's where he was at with it. And I kind of got to respect, like you said, he didn't give up. Mm. And that's why it's not, even what you saying, I feel you feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like we're more fucked and walked down now than we were then. But he really was bringing us together and uniting us. And it was like, nah, we gon' do a bank in. Mm-hmm. He went from sit-ins to bank ins because he started understanding life and what we had to do.
Yeah.
And that's why they got bro up out of there, Coretta Scott, and they killed, a lot of people don't know they killed his brother, they killed his mama, you know what I'm saying, whoever they may be.
Yeah.
And it makes it to where like, damn, do I dedicate my life to doing this? And so I went to a meeting the other day for my Lewis Place Fountain Park neighborhood.
Afeni Shakur said, no, don't do that.
Shout out to Finish.
I believe Afeni.
But either way it go, it's like, I was with the mayor and all that, and it's like, damn, what can we do? And it seems so overwhelming that it's just like, fuck. Like you said, like on every level, our city is the way it is because of like Black people are the way we are. If Black people weren't here at all, let's just take us all off the map, the city would be a lot different.
It'd be a little weak ass city.
You know what I'm saying? And it's still, but it is
it'd
even
be
now.
Iowa.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're the element that needs improvement. You know what I'm saying? And
right. And we're the element.
And it's people who don't want that improvement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're the element that's not been supported.
And it's just so interesting.
Like, bro, you live in a city. Where is your local community rec center? And has it been updated? And can you actually use it? No. And you pay taxes and you do all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Property tax, a motherfucker.
Like, I didn't go protest or nothing in Chicago. I volunteered and did some stuff, but I could go use the city. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just like, I mean, we just had some weak ass politicians. And to me, like, I'll go on record saying this. Niggas, them older niggas that was above us, Generation X and their parents and shit, they were shitty. And they got fooled out of their property value in the city. And they got tricked. They got bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? They got interorientation was made with them. And they chose to have quieter, better lives. And now their grandchildren don't have shit because those houses aren't worth anything. So it's just like that. It only took one generation for the shit not to even be worth nothing. And even like their kids can cash in on it.
It's hard to blame them because it's like, it's hard to pick out a generation. I get where you coming from because we always try to figure out where it went wrong.
I say this though. It's not for me hard to blame them because it's like I didn't grow up with Martin Luther King as my peer. So I don't know how I would actually be if it was niggas my age that was out leading marches, doing certain shit, and was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up like with that kind of energy.
You were different. You different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you were outlier in a way that Martin Luther King was and whatever. And I mean, outliers don't happen by chance. Like I say, he came from a great family, you know what I'm saying? That enterprised and was running churches and doing these different things. And, you know, so it's a lot of factors, but I get where you're coming from 100%. Yeah. I would just push back and be like, you know, we never broke through. We felt like we made progress. They killed them niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we did all the progress that we grew up believing that was made and that our parents grew up feeling that was made was really some bullshit.
All the progress that people told us to try to believe in.
Yeah. And that's what, so they, in their defense, it's like they were getting tricked. They were raised to be duped because they like you said, and you said they parents and too, but it's just like in comparison to just not having shit, it was like, damn, we are cooking with a little gas. You know what I'm saying? And we was. And that's the thing that bothered me as I analyze it now. Is like we were cooking with gas. Now it's just it ain't no food at all.
But you know, I'll say this. I
now
mean,
motherfuckers ain't got no.
To me, it's like a like.
Because they had to fuck the kitchen
if you grew up, if you were an adult or anything, you coming of age of any age in the mid-century, so in the 1940s through the 70s, no way that you knew that you were living through like a technology revolution at the time. Because we didn't talk about technology that way. Mm-hmm. So you have somebody who was 30 in 1950. And it's like, well, yeah, now I got a house and I got a radio and this and that and this and that. When that is just what they didn't know was just
they was going crazy.
America. That was the precedent for America. Entertainment, convenience. So now I got an oven, I got a toaster. And that's what people start feeling like that's the American dream. You got an oven, you cut your grass, you do that. Now everybody can just do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to your point, they were sold this thing, you know what I'm saying? And St. Louis in particular is just white flight prototype. You know what I'm saying? Like wherever the white flight goes, like wherever they leave, it just dilapidates, like textbook. Like nobody comes around and try to rebuild it. We haven't even had nothing of another group that tried to move into St. Louis to buy up all the land. It's like another,
you say,
but
the
it's
red
like
line, and they did it here perfectly. But it makes sense because this is the place where they set the precedent for it to be legal to live everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like
Dred Scott was here.
We just are really our town.
No,
is
some
very
niggas was upset. They was upset for sure.
And our next chapter is, like you said, it's scary because, like you see, you see on the news, like it was some little kids that robbed a dude that robbed his stepdaddy. Yeah, it's just like it's always some crazy ass shit. It's a young lady missing. Her name was something Turner. But either way it go, man, I should go find a name. But it's people, you know, it's just so much stuff going on, bro.
Yeah,
and it's a lack of support for us. Nobody cares.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, to me, it's just like, that is the story of being black in America. And it's like, you got to find your joy and you got to find your own, because it's just like, we are a forced group based upon skin color. We're not a forced group based upon ideology, religion, culture. We're a forced group based upon skin color. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
I mean, shit, it's people that's our skin color that don't fuck with us.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. A forced group. They were forced to group. Everybody don't feel that way. Everybody don't have that affinity. And I know what it is to be black. To be black is to know that history of yourself and your people and your community, and to identify with the pain, the suffering, and the joy, and to continue it. Continue to go through the pain and the suffering for the joy. Continue to identify with those issues, because you can ignore them. You're like, I ain't tripping off that shit, and try to lose that, but that's not the full experience. At least for right now during this blip in history. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, it's tough, Because like you said, you see people like,
But
you
it
know.
makes sense when people like you talk about check out. It's
Check
easier
out.
to go
Get your white wife. You get a white husband.
To join another group. You know what I'm saying?
You just
like,
get out the way. It's just
not saying that that's why people go in their way, but if
no,
like
that is why people do
that.
that.
But if you're, like say, if you're queer, some people just queer, whether they black or not. I don't want to get.
I wasn't talking about queer. I was talking
I'm
about
saying
just
that's also
a
a group of people. Where it's like it's other groups that you can identify with that could give you more than the African American group. I guess is why I was getting at. Like,
I don't know if queer people are getting anything because they suffer because they black. Most of the gay people I know black. Like they don't be to your point. Like
so what are the other groups you talking about? Just going to deal with white people?
Your family.
Well, no, I get that.
No,
but
I'm saying if you're a black person and then you stop and you don't marry black,
okay,
you're just out of the black community because your family, your kids.
But one drop rule, the kids black. But I get what you're saying.
No
so socially, so you saying socially to be able to assimilate to something that's other, to a mainstream culture, to whiteness,
to not have to go through that pain and suffering. You marry somebody who family didn't go through that, and you to get out of that shit because you just woke up one day was in that shit, and you might have seen for yourself like, damn, if I live over here, I don't gotta do this, I don't gotta do that. You might not understand why black people have those conditions.
So that. But
that's a lack of understanding.
People like that are looked at as sellouts. Not so much today as before. You know what I'm saying? But that's, people still got
shout out to Dr. Umar, man.
Dr. Umar is not fucking with that. And, obviously we love black women. We don't really see ourselves going down that path. And it's a reason for it.
A lot of white ladies I love. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that's not my game. You know what I'm saying?
And why? If you feel like you checked out, if you feel like it's like you're over the blackness, which I get. I'm not. But if you over it, what makes you continue to be so black?
I just am black. I understand. I just read. No, I read. I know my history. You know what I'm saying? I'm not confused about being black. Being black to me is not just pain and suffering. To understand. Being black to me is not just pain and suffering.
So you still participating and you down with us.
Yes, I know. I just know what's going on.
But you just not, you just at peace.
If I'm a Magic fan or Orlando Magic fan, I'm not disappointed when we be losing 60 games. I know we suck.
Okay, I understand what
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know we suck.
Right.
I'm not disillusioned.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
And just for clarity, because you know what I'm saying, motherfucker be on here, Ryan, I hurt my feelings last week. He told me he ain't black no more.
But it's just like, but I'm as black as they come.
But it's like you said, it's a lot to carry with you. You know
but
what
I'm just not carrying, like I said, made up black bullshit.
Because I was talking to my mama today, like, I was on West Florissant and Lucas and Hunt, and I'm like, man, this shit, I'm tired of this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, I think everybody black get that shit where you have to stop abruptly because a teenager almost flipped his car over in front of you or some shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck?
That's not no black shit. That's some shit that people put upon us, these systems, the lack of education, and this and that. Mm-hmm. All that shit is, I can't speak for everywhere. Can't speak for everywhere.
But here you saying that's all oppression. Okay.
It's oppression. So yeah, we're the kids that didn't have this, that didn't get to go on field trips, that get like, we're the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So now it's just 20 years of that. So yeah, the kids, I went to school with them. I went to the same school district. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But it's just like, I'm not like, you kids are dumb because you all woke up and decided to do this. No, I know why y'all dumb.
Yeah, so
I know why y'all struggling. I know because if you ask any of them, they want well for their mothers.
Well, how do you think,
they want well for their fathers?
Turn it into a different direction because we solution oriented, you know what I'm saying? And you was talking about like, just we got to focus on family, you know what I'm saying?
Period.
And resurrecting our families within the black community.
Neighborhoods are made up.
I don't like the black community term, but
I do.
I get it.
Neighborhoods are made up of families. So without families, you can't have neighborhoods. Without neighborhoods, you can't have this, can't have that, can't have this, can't have that. You know what I'm saying?
But with us dealing with this oppression, how do we overcome the oppression to have a family? Or do you just got to be this, like I said, like you are above average guy in my opinion.
I'm just saying, I said it last week. Stop being a weak ass nigga. I know niggas with kids that don't take care of their kids.
Mm-hmm. And we just allow that shit.
I can't kill them, I guess, or whoop their ass. It's not gonna make them think of their kids, but they've made a decision to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Is that so getting into, is that a mental health? Because you think about a decision. When you make a decision, usually you come to make a decision based on knowledge, based on some type of factual shit that makes sense.
Unfortunately,
logic,
unfortunately, even if you're unaware, if you're unknowledgeable, if you're dumb as hell, you're still making decisions. I'm sorry that is the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were poor.
So is it safe to say, like, your average African American St. Louisan has a mental health problem?
I think every Black American that identifies as Black and is involved and cares about our community has a mental health issue.
The name of this episode.
What is it?
Do Black people, you know how you do all Black people have mental health problems or some shit like that? A variation of that. And he go clean it up. But, you know.
I believe so.
That's where we at. That's what we've got with this, you know.
It's too much trauma. It's too much stuff that's going on. It's just too much.
And even the best and the brightest of us, like, we all struggle with that.
If you can read, it's too much to handle.
Because the reason why I was pushing back is like, well, for me, I'm just speaking for me. I love us so much. I'm already so deep into it that it's just like my empathy for us is so great. Now I've had to mature and not be walking around just crying all day, obviously, you know what I'm saying, and find peace. And that's important. But I can't give up.
No.
I can't give up on us, even though, but it's interesting to have that feeling and to also be able to accept the truth that it's like, shit, these motherfuckers got unimpeachable power and we fucked right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's chess, we checkmate it. It's like, shit, we really can't go nowhere, but I still want to fight. I still want to, and that causes trauma.
Yep.
And high blood pressure. Yep. And all of this shit because we just like, what the fuck? Trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, our whole life, we trying to figure this shit out and just figure out how to be people and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and we, not only our generation, but like we go back to W.B. Du Bois and all these different people.
It's the same thing.
Like, you read they works and they just like get to the point like, fuck, checkmate, fuck.
Yeah, it's not possible.
How many generations is it fixed? Do you quit? Or do you just like, I just gotta kill me? And no, I feel like I made that decision. Like, they gotta kill me, but I gotta be smart.
No, you don't quit. We're still the same answer. The truth is, we needed Martin Luther King to raise his family. Truth is, we actually didn't need him to do marches and shit. We weren't at that point. In our freedom, in our equality, and I use air quotes on that, we weren't at that point. In real life, we needed Malcolm X to raise his kids. At that point, we needed Malcolm because we didn't support him. And we couldn't support him. That's just the truth. We, as a group, we couldn't read well enough. Martin Luther King was educated.
We couldn't give him the money.
As a group, we couldn't give him the money, report. We couldn't read. All we could do is we needed him to go to church every week, go home, love Coretta, be 70. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the people.
And just be at the church and shit.
Think about how many good Black men.
So many people would have been at the church. It would have been so many alphas.
So many good alphas that he just missed out on. So many good people in the Nation of Islam. So many good Muslims Malcolm X just missed on. You know what I'm saying? Stokely Carmichael. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to go into exile and go overseas. Like, hell, niggas in LA just need to hang out with them, bro.
Malcolm X, because these people could still be living.
They could be alive.
Like we're not that far where it's like Martin Luther King couldn't be alive.
Martin Luther King is recent history.
He could be 96 or some shit or whatever. For Mr. Matthews and them, God bless the dead. He was about that age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I know people that was born in 1931 and 1934 and 1920, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, but if bro could have been
to answer something that you said though, you know, and we'll wrap this up, but my whole thing is like, you know, Black History is every month. Every month that we post, every month that we do anything is history. You know what I'm saying? Because we not supposed to make it. We wasn't supposed to make it past 25. You know what I'm saying? And that's real when you come from the conditions that we come from. Even if your mama's good, your daddy good, your grandmama love you, all this other stuff. It's so hard being Black. And
everybody got a cousin, you know.
And it's just tough. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, it's the mental health aspect of it. If you identify as Black, it hurts your feelings to watch Eric Gardner get choked. It hurts your feelings to learn about Sandra Bland's story.
Yeah, we ain't never watched no white man get choked out. I
ain't
never watched no white man die on no over
some DVDs
shit. Yeah, I've never
some DVDs.
I've seen white men like slap the post, run and kick, you know, do hella shit. We always a running joke like if he was white.
How many white women be dying in police custody? You know what I'm saying?
Never,
so
bro.
So that's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. It's not even that deep. If you just like, dang, I love Black people. I love Black History Month. I love when Rihanna perform. I love being Black. And they be like, this week on the news. Nigga got choked out.
And in real life, the other people,
you a little crazy.
The people that they don't be fucking with, the communities that they don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying, like the Jewish communities, not to say nobody deals with other oppression. Let me make a disclaimer. But like them, Asian people, maybe even your African people that come over here and do certain shit and congregate.
Immigrants.
Even it even be seeming like, oh damn, it's over with. It seems like.
Yeah, I guess so. Because we better look.